photo, it's Ellie's Photos. So it's Eddie's Photos. It used to be the saloon, but now we got a different saloon.
Very good.
The floor's 1893 out of a house in Benson. The redwood walls behind you are 1912 from another house in Benson. The window over the top of the door coming in came out of a train, 1882 in Kansas City, Missouri, and the horns come from China. Somebody gave me the horns.
How about that?
This bar came from England, 1876, and ended up in Jerome, Arizona.
Wow.
It's Philippine mahogany, walnut, and oak. It took 8 men to lift it in here. These are the movies been done here in the past 40 years we've been here, and these are the movies that I've been in.
I'll be there.
I'm not a movie star, I just have fun. My father was John Wayne's personal security back in the 60s.
Oh, is that right?
There'll never be another John Wayne. But I'll tell you who's close when I worked with him, Sam Elliott.
Oh, yeah.
Nice guy.
Good guy.
I'd love to see him here. I worked on the movie Tombstone.
Let me come on this side.
Kurt Russell was a jerk.
Is he really?
Oh yeah, the attitude. And so was Val Kilmer, but Val Kilmer's dying, so I'm not going to turn around too much. Yeah, that's the ex-wife up there. She wished she looked like that, so do I. But anyway, dust and all. People say to me, you got a bar here, why don't you get a liquor license? No. If you guys had a legend of six-pack, I'd have one with you. I'm not going to serve you. I don't need people barfing on the floor and wrecking the cars in the road with the drink. I was 23 years old. I just turned 70 and I can't believe it. But I got Dunlap disease. That's when the belly Dunlap over the belt. Easy to put on and hard to take off. Okay?
And how?
When you work with the public, you get strange people. Somebody pulled in last year and said, how did you find a place in such good shape? And I said, it comes from Mexico. Mexico, I said, manual labor. You build it yourself. Let's go take a walk, guys.
Very interesting.
I'd have more fun here than a blind dog in a meat packing factory.
So, Jay, do you have a copy of this?
It's on our
Not
website.
yet.
Pardon me?
It's on our website.
On their website? Okay.
Get it off
Oh, okay, because
yeah.
if I zoom in on this, I could only get a few
No,
at
just
a
get on our
time.
website, gammonsghost.com.
Okay.
And push the button and show it.
Yeah.
The one Rio Bravo, that's my
Yeah.
favorite.
That's a good one. Yeah, I love it.
7 minutes in the movie, I'm coming down the street in front of a funeral procession, beating a drum, going boom, boom, that was me.
That was you.
I made $15 a day for 3 days. I was the richest kid on the block. I'll show you pictures later. I got a whole wall full of pictures.
I got the movie. I'm going to watch it
Good
again
stuff.
just to look for
I
you.
was 11 years old. Man, was I rich. The worst
Well,
one
they
ever.
did that over at Film City, too. That movie, yeah.
Oh, Real Bravo was made
Yeah.
over there, yeah.
It made it. It
In
made
Old
it.
Tucson.
Old Tucson,
Yeah.
Back
He was in it, though.
59.
Is
I'll
what
show
he
you
was
the
saying.
pictures.
So they filmed in both locations, or you
No,
went
no,
there?
it was filmed in Old
Old
Tucson.
Tucson.
Oh, so
strictly
you
Old
went there, okay.
Because I was only 11 years old.
Got it.
Okay, let's go see some more. Right? The worst woman I ever worked with in my life on a movie, Barbara Streisand. It was just terrible.
I gotta see this.
She's
Get out of
terrible?
my way. Get out of my way. He's terrible. Yeah, that's
That's a great picture.
oh yeah, they got one like that in Tombstone too.
Where did you get that? I like to have that hanging over
Somebody gave me that. Somebody brought it. So you can get them.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I like to have it in my bed. I mean, anyway, yeah. One day the wife was standing up and I said, I had a bunch of people and I said, that's my ex-wife. I wish she looked like that. So do I. And they always shook her head and said, if that was his ex-wife, Clint Eastwood was my ex-husband. She got me on that one. $8,000. We used to buy a house.
1928 truck.
I had a guy here last year from Minnesota, 84 years old, good shape, Minnesota. Standing here, tool collector. He says, son, you know what you got here? I said, well, it's 35 years with the tools, 500 of them. You see, I had about $7,500. Some of those wrenches, the desk wrenches, I paid $5 a piece, now they're $35 a piece. This is the only he's dying, I can't swim in there. But Kurt Russell was the worst one. I'm Kurt Russell. The nicest one was Sam Elliott. Good guy, Sam. That's good. Slammer. Say it come out of Safford, Arizona. It's dated 1879. It weighs over 4,000 pounds.
That desk?
Yeah, solid-
4,000 pounds?
4,000 pounds. Solid steel. It's thick. It's a vault.
Oh, the vault.
It
I
took.
thought you were talking about the desk.
No, the wall, the black wall. Took the wife and I and her daughter 2.5 hours from that doorway where Tim is over there. 3 crowbars. 3 weeks later, a movie company comes and says, can we sit this over in the car and put the books there? I said, go ahead, fellas. 6 of them got around and they went, never mind, we'll leave it here. The typewriter on the desk is 1924. Those aren't real guns over there, those are movie props on the wall. But they look real.
They look good.
You put real ones up there, they'll steal.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
we didn't live here, guys, this place would be gone.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, it's something else. But they know and one night, few years ago, my wife and I had an old duels and a pizza sitting on the porch, and down the road we heard boom, 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 that rap crack the kids play, not even music. They come up the gate and they shake the gate, and some kid says, "Hey man, we gotta sneak in there and smoke a couple of joints." I come out on the porch like this and I go, "Shunk, shunk," and I said, "I got a backhoe too." They were gone, they never came back. The sheriff told me to do that. They didn't know, yeah, they didn't know something about it, you know, shunk, shunk, they're gone. This world is changing.
Changing fast.
Oh yes. Not the floor, on the 2x6s in the roof, but the building itself is 1893. We took it down 27 years ago and back to Local Garage in Benson, 3 friends and myself. This is a very rare item. This is an Italian refrigerator. This is the ice sabaxa.
Just the box. Look at that.
Lazy Susan's here, the ice goes on the top, the cold goes down, the patent date's 1908. I've never seen a round icebox.
I'll be damned.
I had a wise ass come through here one day, said to me, "Why don't you cut a hole in the bottom and make a smoker?" I looked at him and I said, "Why don't you cut a hole in your bottom and make a smoker? You want a smoker, you go to Walmart. You don't take one of these and do it." Okay, still had the thread. Latina Gammons lives in Sonoyder, Arizona, down below Tucson. She's very rich, very tall, and very pretty. She lost her husband 4 months ago. He wrote the movie Dances with Wolves. His name was Michael Blake. Nice guy. She said, "I was going to do this to the Salvation Army." I said, "I just joined the Salvation Army, but you're right here. As long as it doesn't eat, I'll take it." That's from the dollar store, but that's okay. Now, Cullen, 1905. There's the original horsehair cinch that held it on.
Wow.
I'd rather ride that piece of wood than these things. They're terrible. Yeah. The Army called them ball busters, and I can see why.
Well, they weren't built for comfort. They
No.
were built for the horse's back.
I rode it once, and that was it. You guys come across Folgers coffee cans like those, and they're cheap. Pick them up. They're worth $35 a piece.
No shit.
They don't
You
make
serious?
Them anymore. They don't make them. They're all plastic now.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a couple 35. If you got one that's never been opened, it's 150. Now we had a group here once a year from Green Valley, down below Tucson. Photograph group, like 45 people. A club. Last year they were here. Something happened was funny. I'm standing right where Tim is, and this gal comes up to me, good-looking gal, very well endowed. She says, "Come on down to my car. I want to donate something." So I go down the parking lot. She puts the key in the trunk, and she says, "When I open up my trunk, grab my jugs." And I said, "What?" She pulled these out. Molasses jugs. I lucked out on that one.
You didn't know what jugs she was talking about, did you?
No, and she had a set of them too. Now, I was in Tombstone 4 or 5 months ago. My buddy up there, his mom died, and they're taking her house down for the lumber. In the back, he's got a garage, no car. But he's come on down, so I found some wrenches. But up in the rafters, I saw this bottle, and you can see it had liquor in it one time. I brought it down, I dusted it off. 1906.
Wow.
I bet that thing went there for a long, long time. That thing could talk. I had a group here one day. I said, "If I ever have to leave here, it's going to take 12 semi-trucks." This woman looked at me and shook her head and said, "No, Sonny, just one box." But she said it with a smile. The casket here in the center came off a movie called Posse. It was a black western with Mario Van Peebles about 15 years ago.
Oh, yes,
and I worked on the movie, and they gave me the casket.
Ah.
This one I've only had about a year, but that's got history. That came off the movie Quick and the Dead with Sharon Stone and Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
When she rides into town, the other movie said they're closed now. She looks over and the Undertaker's filing on the box. That's this one right here.
Ah.
The gas pump is 1930. The red one's 1923.
Where's the gas pump? That one?
Yep. Yep.
Gadzooks.
It was 1930. That's 23. Wooden American pickers love to come through here. I won't let them on the property. They're phonies. I can't stand that fat little bastard.
What year is the car?
24 Dodge.
No kidding.
But it's Dodge Brothers, not Dodge Chrysler.
How many parades did I drive?
Oh, God, you have a bunch of them at least. I remember. It still runs, but it needs tires and a top. I got sticker shock on the tires. 2 tires, 2 tubes, delivered here from California, $650.
Each.
Each. No, for both of them. $650 with the 2 of them. They used to be $125 a piece, not anymore. Push and pray, two-wheel brakes on. That car new was about $700, and you could buy a Ford for $250. It's got a Star of David on the radiator because they were Jewish boys. Chrysler bought them out in 26, and then he put hydraulic brakes. Now behind you, the pole, not the lamp, but the pole came from around Tombstone, down by the Clanton Ranch. It was a 1907 telegraph pole, original. The light comes from Kingman, Arizona.
You mean this pole?
That pole right there.
Talk about this pole here?
Yep. Original telegraph pole, 1907. I got some other dates in it. And the light came from Kingman, Arizona. It still works. That's called a scallop design.
I'm going in here and standing.
You tell me about the car, Tim. How old is it?
It's either 28, 29,
Wow.
or 30 or 31.
So, look over this way, Andy. I need to get you on here.
You got me?
I want to get that shirt. Okay. It's too much shadow. Come closer to me.
How about now?
Yeah, good. Okay.
Sacramento, California, that car came from.
Oh, did it? It's pretty impressive, I'll tell you.
Hey, Ron, what fuel pump? If you drove up a long hill, you ran out of gas, you had to back up the hill.
Oh, gee.
Until 26, they put a gas tank under the column.
How about that?
That's how I look at the end of the day when I've had a lot of tours here. That's how I feel.
Truck? 01.
01, okay.
Hi, Ron. How are you doing, Tim? Good to see you. Haven't seen you for a couple of years. You busy?
What year's this one?
31.
And this is a Ford?
Buick.
Buick.
Ford never made a car as good as this.
Talk about solid.
Wow.
Got a straight 8 motor. The first year, the 8-cylinder. 30 was a 6 and 31 was an 8.
How about that?
They used that motor all the way to 53.
That's something.
Yep. The man died 38 years ago in Bisbee. His wife called me up and said, Jack wanted you to have this car. Come down and get it. He wrote it to me.
No shit.
This has got 4-wheel brakes, but they're okay for what they are. The only car bigger than this is your LaSalle and your Cadillac. This is bigger than an Oldsmobile, a Pontiac, or a Chevy. This car weighs 4,800 pounds.
Yike.
Gets about 5 miles on a gallon, but back in 31, gas was nickel a gallon, didn't care. Caps here, guys, rare cars. There's a Marmon, a Jordan, a Chandler, a Packard, an Essex. Somebody came through here one day and looked at this and said, I didn't know the Mormons made cars. That's a Marmon, not a Mormon, you moron.
Yeah, Mormon is with an O in both places.
Yeah. Marmon Harrington. The Bourbon Whiskey's 1917. That would take the paint right off the Jeep. This label right here is weird. When the humidity lets up, the label goes back on the bottle like that. It's almost like
By itself?
by itself. Yeah, I don't touch it. Just go right back. Somebody said, why don't you sample that stuff? No. That could have been made in a radiator. No, you don't sample that stuff. I always tell everybody my favorite drink is Jack Daniels and prune juice. Whiskey a go-go. But it keeps you dashing through the snow. Below it's called a 351 self-loader. John Dillinger had one. That's what the police carried. That's an 1896 Marlin 12-gauge riot gun.
When I started on the police department in 1965, that's what we had for shotguns.
Same thing.
Yeah.
This is what John Dillinger carried, like this. This one here's a Colt 45 Army model. Bonnie Parker's got one from Bonnie and Clyde right there. I had the firing pins taken out. Somebody gave me this one. It was totally illegal. Look at the size.
Yep.
But I had it all welded shut. They can't bother me now. It's the same type that Clyde Bear's got on his knee called a whippet gun. And the dust is Avion, so we don't worry about that. You want to work in the pole, you loosen the strap, pull out the bolt, and lay the pole down. I was a lineman 30 years ago at NMX Mine. I used to climb poles, but I never climbed a square one. You try to climb a square pole, you're going to be so bow-legged you look like one bite out of a donut. Now I collect telegraph stuff. That's a telegraph insulator, beautiful color. But I got one the other day at a yard sale for $2. I can't believe the color.
Oh, wow.
That is beautiful, beautiful. That was it. This is electric, and this is telephone. Now, I had a group in here last year from Hollywood, young kids, well, 20s. Arrogant, know-it-alls, they were terrible. I came that close to throwing them out of here. But they come up to me and they said, Mr. Gammon, would you be the telegraph operator? I said, I'd love to. I didn't tell them Mr. Telegraph when I was a teenager. Camera was where you are. There were about 8 guys in there. They were doing the scene. They were talking. And I'm over here doing this. Doesn't go anywhere, but it sounds good. But if they knew what I put on that message, I put 2 letters, the letter F and the letter U. Someday they're going to put that up on the wall and they're going to say, did you hear that message? That was my kick to them and they never even knew it. I don't get mad, I get even. Okay.
That's cool.
True story. We'll see some more. We'll leave this open till they're out. What? 3 weeks ago, I opened the doors full of black widow spiders. So I go to Ace Hardware and I get these things look like beer cans. They call them bug bombs. You push them, you walk out. We go to Wendy's for dinner. We're sitting there loaded with people on Friday night. I looked at the wife, I said, honey, what's going on tomorrow? What do we got going? She said, we're going to get up early and bomb the church. You could hear a pin drop. Some guy was writing on his napkin. I stood up and I said, no, church, museum, movie set. Lucky didn't call the FBI. I mean, these days you gotta watch what you say.
Absolutely.
It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then.
You get a shave and a haircut for
My
it.
brother-in-law completely rebuilt this for me last year. Not the red thing or the black thing, but the mirror and the gray wood came out of a barber shop in 1906 in Benson. I got pictures of it. You fellas remember these.
Oh, yeah.
Those are 2x4. They cut 2 and they pull 4. They're terrible. I bought the chair 30 years ago in Bisbee at a yard sale. 25 bucks. Now they're 750. If you buy one for yourself, make sure it's got this. Without this, it's like buying a Jeep with no motor. You've got to have this. This light bulb right here is 1902 original Edison. This one over here, Lowe's, $7 from China. But if they steal it on me, I'm out 7 bucks. Those are 150 if you can find them. Now we did a movie here, it's on Amazon right now. It's called Deadman. Not a John Wayne Western, but it's not bad. It lasts 3 hours. Okay, my brother looked up, he's the barber. He's shaving the guy with a false razor. The sheriff's sitting there, the undertaker's over there. I'm over here in a chair waiting to go in dressed like 1880s to go in the chair. The camera guy comes in. Battery pack. The cameras now are the size you've got. They're not like this anymore, they're digital.
Oh, yeah.
He walks in, looks around, says, fellas, I can't film in here. I said, why not? He said, the mirror, because they'd see him. I said, give me 10 minutes. I went and got a ladder, I put it here. He climbed up, laid on the quilt, and filmed the whole thing. He comes down off the ladder, looks at me and says, how did you know how to do that? I said, you see the gray hair? That's experience. That's what I told him. Okay, we'll leave this open too.
See, he could have done what I'm doing. You go off to the side where you don't get picked up in the mirror.
That's right.
He wasn't.
I do it all the time.
I know, but he wasn't overly bright, let's put it that way. I was up there about 4 years ago with a buddy of mine. I couldn't stay very long. It's 12,000 feet. And I have a little bronchitis like my mother had, so I had to get out of there. But they made them like this so they could slide them around the town if the guy switched buildings. It took me 3 years to find out what the blue means. Cauterizing, sealing a cut with a hot iron. Red means bloodletting or leaching, and white means he pulls teeth.
White means what?
Pulling teeth.
I'll be damned.
Surgeon. Somebody asked me a couple weeks ago, where did you find this lovely pole? I said, it says right in the front, Home Depot. Myself.
Good day.
I got that. They were here 19 days. They built that building for us and left it. They put it on 75 railroad ties. They can't tax me. The color's linseed oil and turpentine. If I paint it brown, they want it black. If I paint it black, they want it green. It's 5 stars on the movie. Peter Coyote. You'd know if you'd see him. He was in Eric Brockovich and a few other ones. William Shockley. He stars on Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. He's the guy named Hank that owns a saloon. Nice guy. Cherie Wilson. She stars on Walker, Texas Ranger. She's the blonde. She's a sweetheart. And myself. I got to play side on the telegraph piano player. I had 4 pages of dialogue.
Yeah, you know.
Out of a train, 1882, Kansas City, Missouri.
What came out?
The window.
Oh, the window.
The piano
Okay.
this year is 108 years old. I've had it since 1959. It hasn't been tuned in 25 years. I do play in the movies. Grab a chair, come on guys. I do play in the movies, but don't expect Liberace now.
All right.
That's called Marching Through Georgia, 1865. How old were you when you first got interested in movies with your father? Right there, 5 years old. I got a look on my face. I'm gonna build my own town. That movie was called Winchester 73 with Jimmy Stewart. My dad met Jimmy Stewart, said he was a real nice guy. This girl was here 38 years ago, 28 years ago. She's all grown up now. Her name is Alyssa Milano. Nice gal. Myself and Johnny Cash. That was a movie called Stagecoach. That wasn't here. That was up at the other movie set. But I got to work on it for 4 days. I was a set decorator. I met him and his wife, nice people. And I met Waylon Jennings. What a nice guy he was. He died way too early. Richard Farnsworth. He's gone. But he was in the movie The Natural with Robert Redford, been a coach's assistant, and many others. That's me and John Wayne in 1959.
Can't beat that.
Oh, here I am coming down the street, beating the drum in Rio Bravo. Boom. Boom. I turned the corner right in front of Dean Martin. Dean Martin wasn't a drunk, that was a put on.
Yeah.
Right there in the corner, Dean Martin's got a badge. It says Deputy Sheriff, Presidio County, Texas. He gave that to my father in '59. I still have it, it's in the house. I had a couple here last year from Minnesota, eating lunch, 81 years old, good shape, having lunch. The woman says, you got the badge at the Rio Bravo from Dean Martin? I said, yes, ma'am. She pulls out a checkbook and says, I'll give you $5,000 right now. That's a lot of money. I was tempted. But her husband looked up and said, when we get it, we're going to make copies and sell it.
No,
It stays here. Here's my mom, my dad talking to John Wayne in the movie Rio Lobo. I got the neckerchief right there he gave Dad.
Huh.
Here's my father one more time with the Duke. Dad looks like he's shorter, but he's not. It's the camera angle. Both of them were 6'5". And he had a size 7 boot. Isn't that original?
That's amazing.
John Wayne was tough to work with, but he was fair. He was fair. Okay. Michael Landon, not a nice workman. He's gone now. Not a nice guy to work with. He beat his wife, he beat his kids, he was a womanizer and a drunk. And I'm not the only one that knows. I had a man here the other day, about 2 weeks ago, said I used to clean his pool for him. He was a real
And this is
man.
Mr. Nice Guy at Little House on the Prairie?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep, he was a jerk. Okay. This guy was a nice guy. Brian Keith.
Oh, yeah.
That's called The Mountain Man with Charlton Heston. When we were kids, we used to watch a show called Family Affair. He played the uncle. Nice guy. Andy Griffith. Nice guy. Dad and I worked a picture of him in Tucson in 1974. He played a bad guy on a motorcycle picture called Pray for the Wildcats. It sucks. It's terrible. And his worker on it was working with him was not very nice. William Shatner from Star Trek.
Yeah.
What an attitude he had. Ooh. You see things behind the camera you don't see out front. This guy was a nice guy to work with. Glenn Ford. That's called Heaven with a Gun, 1969, where a gunfighter turns into a preacher. He's standing on a box. My dad was 6'5", and he was 5'2". Sylvester Stallone, Humphrey Bogart, Jimmy Cagney, Alan Ladd, Tom Cruise are all under 6 feet tall. This guy I call the two-headed mother-in-law. He was terrible to work with, John Huston. His daughter's name is Angelica, nice gal, but he's bad. Dad and I worked a picture with him in 1974 up here at Mescal. It was called The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean with Paul Newman. Paul Newman was a sweetheart. This guy was a jerk. I can say that because he's dead. And I don't take any crap from movie people. None. This is McClintock. Good movie. Here's John. Maureen O'Hara. What a nice lady. The guy behind it, Chill Wills, dirty old man. My father caught him and a 14-year-old girl on a trailer naked. They hushed it right up. This is me, 16 years old with a black hat and a grin on my face. I'm plastered.
Wait a minute. Point to you again.
Right there.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. In the wagon, Mr. Birnbaum is drinking beer and everybody else was too for the scene. John Wayne had him drinking beer. And they shot the scene about 10 times. Yeah. They almost had to take me out in a wheelbarrow. I was so drunk. Won't do that again. Now this is the only plywood in the place. You guys are going to love this bag about this big, dilapidated. Sets it on the table. Rips it open, 2 inches thick, 8 by 10 black and white photographs from the 20s, movie stars signed. There's $10,000 worth of pictures there. Gloria Swanson, Clara Bow, Charlie Chaplin, Will Rogers. The most valuable one was Rudolph Valentino. He died in 26. He had a letter for her, from him, signed. She gave them all to me. I'm going to get them copied, and I'm going to put them up here. People need to see that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I had a man here about 2 months ago. He was expert on autographs. He was good. I brought the Rudolph Valentino one out. He had his little thing, and he looked at it like that and checked it out. He says, this is original. He says, you know what you got here? I said, well, it's Rudolph Valentino. He said, yeah, there's only 5 of those in the United States, and you got one. It could be worth a lot of money. But I'm not in it for the money. I want to show people. The cash register came out.
Good story.
You only want to know. 3 nuns going down the road. No.
Yeah?
There's a nun going down the road hitchhiking.
Right.
Taxi pulls up, says, sister, would you like a ride? I'd love one, sonny. They get in the car and she says, are you Catholic? He goes, yes, ma'am. Are you married? Mm-hmm. What's the greatest thrill you could have today? He said, well, I'd like to be kissed by a nun. She says, pull over. She kisses his ears, she kisses his neck, gives him a big hug. He gets back down the road driving, and she looks up and the tears are coming down his face. She said, what's the matter, driver? Did I say something wrong? He goes, oh, no, sister. She said, I lied to you. What do you mean you lied? He says, I'm Baptist and I'm single. And the nun looks up and says, don't worry about it. I'm George. I'm going to a Halloween party.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I traded a lawnmower for this banjo 28 years ago. I've only been playing a few years. I got a lot more to go. But I'll show you what I got so far. top.
Rocky Top, that's a
It's
good
not up to spot. You know, there's humidity out and it messes these up a little bit. Now, I gotta tell you a funny one, guys. Oh, 6 or 8 weeks ago, I had a group of people here. There were 6 of them. In their 30s and 40s. No, no, I'd say 50, 50, and 60s. But I had a problem with these people. No matter what I said, I couldn't please them. They cut me. Oh, it was bad, 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 bad. Well, they went through the tour, and they're all standing over the jail, and I stuck in the back doorway, and I said, I'm gonna try something. So they're all over there going buzz, 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 and I went. The guy looked at his wife and says, we gotta get out of here. That's the one from Deliverance, the movie Deliverance. It's a monster movie. We gotta get out of here. I loved it. I loved it. But anyway, yeah, I gotta go to a jam session tonight. We have one in town. Okay, what else? That's all I can think of. My wife's got 2 daughters from previous marriage. They're good girls. They're in their 50s now, but they're in good shape. But they're gonna take over this place after we're gone. Because I'd hate to see something like old Tucson or no, we don't need this. You know, this needs to stay in the family. Because it'd ruin it. I'd rather burn it to the ground and see the state can hold it. They'd make an amusement park out of it. We don't need that. We don't need that. I got some stuff for Tim too when I go. If I go before he does, which I probably will, but you never know. I started on this place in 1971. I had 1 building. I just turned 70 and I can't believe it. How old are you now, Tim?
62
62. You got a long time. How's your dad doing? Pretty good so far?
so far. Oh, you know, my stepmother passed on.
I know, I knew that. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, just too bad. Too bad. She was a nice lady. You'd be good to have guests. But yeah, no, she's wild now. Anybody got any questions? Okay. The gun up over the top of the door. That's an 1873 trapdoor 5070 Springfield. 5070 Springfield. The one above you up there is a 10 gauge 1881. I shot that once. I'll never do it again. That thing kills on both ends. This idea where Doc Holliday shoots both barrels at the OK Corral at once, baloney, and knock him on the ground. The one in the center is an Ivory Johnson 1914. The one on the end over there is a 97 Winchester pump, somebody gave me. This one here is a Civil War gun, 58 caliber.
58 caliber?
58 caliber, got a big hole like that. This one over here, the long barrel, the black one, that comes from Pakistan. I call it a camel jockey gun. But I had somebody in here about 3 months ago told me they're good on guns and stuff, they knew some stuff. He said the reason why those are so long, because when they rode on the camel and they want to take a shot, if they had a carbine, they could hit the camel in the back of the head by mistake. That barrel goes out beyond their head. It sounds good, so I use it. Sounds good, so I use it. And the one over the top of the pictures is an 1878 Remington rolling block 7mm. Same type that Pancho Villa used to carry. Boy, guns have gone up in price, haven't they? Holy Moses! I just got a for Christmas present. My wife bought me a Ruger 357 Magnum. Whew. It's you know, short barrel. It's a butt kicker, but it's got snake loads in it because I get snakes. They're gone now because of the cold. But we do have rattlesnakes here, and I don't like rattlesnakes because they can kill you. Yeah, they just. Yeah, we have a good time here, guys. Next time you guys come back, I'll show you more stuff.
I like stuff.
Me too.
It's my favorite word.
Yeah, it just.
Well, I really appreciate this. This is fantastic stuff.
But you're going to tell other people too, and you're going to show them pictures. We had 3,600 people last year come through here on tours and 6 movies.
How many what?
6 movies.
And 6 movies.
My wife's got one scheduled, but I'll believe it when I see it. They want to do a sequel to Blazing Saddles.
Oh, no.
They're all black guys, but they got money. But we'll see what happens. I'll believe it when they put the money in the hand. The one
So-
kid, go ahead.
I was going to say, if you would like to give me your address, I would send you a copy of you doing the tour with us.
Okay, there's a card right there. The address is right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
All right, there you are. Do you have any funny stories you want to tell?
Nope,
Nope.
I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you take my picture this time, all right? Again, today is February the 19th, 2018, and we're here at Gammons Gulch. And I just stopped in the saloon here, and I'm gonna play my banjo.
Really?
Which I don't know how to play at all. Okay, how's that?
Not bad.
All right, so, We're having a great time. This place is chock full of history.
Yep.
And it's a lot of fun, and I think everyone should come here and see it at least once.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that means you.
Oh, I've been here a couple times or two. Yeah.
So when you're done, you just push the button again and it stops.
Okay. I'm done.
Yeah. Now, you have any words of wisdom you want to pass on?
No words of wisdom. I thought you were taking a picture.
I did.
Oh, are we good then?
I love your outfit. This is cool.
Yeah, me too. I like that.
All right,
All right, done.
good, okay.
Good. It's up there.
This is really cool.
Yeah, and then you have an adjoining room here. It's like a little kitchen.
No kidding. Let's go in there.
What's going over there?
And sometimes we have breakfast in here by ourselves. We have the refrigerator. And
So you use that sewing machine very much?
no, like.
Do you know that Grandma used to have one of those?
Yeah,
Exactly like that one?
yeah,
With the treadle?
yeah. And like that stove
Well,
Yes, look at that stove.
table.
so where's the bathroom? Oh, it's an outhouse.
Outhouse. That's it.
The outhouse.
That's it, kid. I wasn't kidding you.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Tim, you put in a lot of hours here, haven't you?
Well, back in the short few years that I came out here every weekend, yes.
Yeah. You never run out of work, that's for sure.
No.
Boy, this place, like he said, maintenance, very heavy, very labor intensive.
Gosh, yes.
God.
Yeah. So,
Well, what else you want to do? Anything?
I don't know. What else did they show you or not show you?
I don't know.
Well,
Pretty much took us through it
We
all.
were in the radio room.
Radio room.
Is it
Oh.
locked?
I think so.
Oh.
All
That's
right.
cool.
Here.
There you go.
And we'll just go right up the shelves. Do you know anything about these radios?
No.
No?
Jay could tell you.
I'm surprised you didn't take us in here.
He's worn out from the.
He's done, huh?
Well, from the film crew that was in here yesterday. They keep them running.
Wow, look at this stuff. I have no idea
That
what
just
this
means
is.
you have to come back again. That's all, right?
Little vacuum tubes.
Amazing.
The idea.
Wow. I bet that's an Emerson up there on top.
Next door here.
Oh, yes, we were.
What does that say on there? Is that an Emerson, the top one?
There's a gas station.
Let me
No.
see if I can see
Oh,
that.
sure, sure.
It's a RCA something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay,
On
Vectron.
the inside of this card is a message only awesome people can see. It says, "Happy birthday." And I can't read the rest of it because I don't have my glasses on.
Uh-oh.
That's okay.
Okay, we got to see the picture of the card. Oh, how about that? There you go.
Thank you. Happy birthday. Let's do the rodeo. Don't show this to anyone, also they'll only be jealous.
Now you got to talk a little louder. It's not picking it up.
Okay, happy birthday. Let's do the rodeo. Don't let anybody else see this, they'll be jealous. Okay, something or other. Enjoy your day, Jay and Terry.
Very good. Thank you.
I don't know yet.
Okay.
On the inside of this card is a message only awesome people can see. It says, "Happy birthday." And I can't read the rest of it because I don't have my glasses on.
Uh-oh.
That's okay.
Okay, we got to see the picture of the card. Oh, how about that? There you go.
Thank you. Happy birthday. Let's do the rodeo. Don't show this to anyone, also they'll only be jealous.
Now you got to talk a little louder. It's not picking it up.
Okay, happy birthday. Let's do the rodeo. Don't let anybody else see this, they'll be jealous. Okay, something or other. Enjoy your day, Jay and Terry.
Very good. Thank you.